Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to the webinar. Excited to be here with you this evening. Coming to you live from my home office in San Diego, California. Welcome. Okay, let's see. We're streaming, we're recording, we're ready to go. Here's what the topic is tonight. It's getting started right with Teamzy to become a Power Hour boss. I'm going to show you how to set up Teamzy. I'll show you how to use it, how to do a Power Hour so you're incredibly efficient with your time and can get all of your income producing activities done in less than an hour a day, which will make you the Power Hour boss, right? So that's what we're going to do today. Let's dive right in. Here we go. Got a few slides here to share on the way. Okay, so get started right with Teamzy. Become a Power Hour boss. You can use that hashtag after you can be empowered today after this presentation to use our hashtag Power Hour boss and affirm that for yourself. Just to introduce myself to you guys, my name's Eric Johnson. I'm a husband and father first and foremost, and there's a great shot of my fam there. And I help busy network marketers build their businesses. I've been a professional business coach for the past 20 years, helping people build businesses based on relationships, right? And also the founder of Teamzy, and you know what that is because you're here for Teamzy training. But we are the top CRM for network marketers with over 120,000 network marketers using Teamzy. And over the past 4.5 years, I've had the pleasure and privilege to train more than 100,000 direct sellers from my home, which is pretty cool. So let's dive right in and talk about how Teamzy kind of came to be. And for some of you guys know my story, some of you don't, but about 5 years ago, I found myself in a situation where though I had a great job and a great career, I was kind of looking for a little something more. You know, I felt like I was kind of stuck financially. I wasn't really able to grow in my career. I was kind of at the top already. Yet at the same time, we weren't able to save any money. We were just kind of stuck, you know. And also I noticed that I was never around. I was never around my family. I was constantly working, and I really wanted a different life. And I wanted to find a way where I could be home with my family, where I could create financial independence from being an employee of somebody else. And the network marketing opportunity kind of fell in my lap. I hadn't really ever thought of it before, about 5 years ago. And as I started looking at the business, I thought, what an amazing opportunity this is. I mean, you can create a business with the zero investment, right? You just need a little bit of time to do it. And that was my challenge, was I just didn't have much time. When I was already busy working, and then a little tiny bit left I spent with my family. But I figured, you know, if I could scrape together 1 hour a day and really focus that time, maybe I could get something going. So I started looking for tools that would help me to be able to do what I needed to do to build my business in less than an hour. And so this is what I was looking for. Go back to my screen. I was a little ahead of that one. I wanted to be able to stay in touch with all of my contacts. Seems easy, right? I just wanted to find a system that would let me do that. I wanted to know when to contact them and when not to. In other words, I needed somebody else to tell me this is who you need to connect with today, right? Because I'm really not good at all of that planning and notebooks and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to know what to say to people when I did reach out to them so that I didn't come across salesy. I'm super paranoid of being seen as the cheesy salesperson. Anybody relate to that? Yeah, I didn't want to come across cheesy or salesy. So I wanted to know, how do I talk to people so that I can be authentic? And I needed a system that would allow me to follow up seamlessly so that nobody ever falls through the cracks, right? And I know this can be done in less than an hour because through my coaching experience, I'd helped people do this in other industries, right? The question was, in our industry, were there any tools? And there weren't, as you guys know. That's why you're here listening to me. There's nothing else out there that does what Teamzy does. And oh, there's one more thing I was looking for. It had to be easy to use. Oh my gosh. I don't like complicated. Who likes complicated? Anybody? No, I want it to be so easy to use. So it had to be easy to use and be able to do all those things. So long story short, nobody had built it yet. I found a group of people smarter than me, and we built Teamzy about 4.5 years ago. We built Teamzy. And first it was just for me to kind of try out. And then I shared it with 20 people I knew. I just sent them a link via text. Next thing I know, it's just going nuts, you know. And in just a little over 4 years, we've had more than 120,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is kind of amazing and mind-blowing, right? So I'm grateful that you guys are part of that number and that you're here. And just to kind of give you an idea of the average results, this is average across all different types of Teamzy and networks. People using Teamzy for 90 days, they're averaging 21 new customers and 9 new recruits to their teams. Not bad, right? Sign me up for that month over month. Okay, so there's kind of our intro. Let's dive right into the software platform. And I'm going to walk you guys through the setup and how to, absolutely destroy in a good way your power hour. All right, let me just make sure I'm logged in right here before I share my screen. Okay, great. Cool. All right, here we go. Do me a favor, as I'm pulling this up, guys, throw in the chat, let me know where you're from and what business you work in, what company you work with. Just throw it up so I know who's on the call with me tonight. Okay, so the first thing I want you guys to know as you're doing that is Teamzy, we have a 30-day free trial. So if you're not already using Teamzy, make sure you go to teamzy.com and set up a free trial. It's free for 30 days. We won't ask for your credit card or anything weird or cheesy like that, right? Because anything I find annoying, I try not to do to you guys. Okay, so that said, 30 days free, go try it out. Let your teams know. Oh my gosh, brand new to you signed up tonight, you should try Teamzy for the next 30 days. What a way to start the business. Now, once you log into that free trial, you'll be on this page that we're looking at right now. This is the first page of the setup wizard. And the setup wizard is designed to make this a whiz to set up, right? Okay, so let's go through it. There's a little video from me. We'll skip that. Okay, the first thing I really want you to focus on here tonight is setting your income goal. How much income would you like to be earning? And so really what we're looking at is 12 months from now, what income level would you like to be at? Okay, so you can see my goal is 150,000. Maybe yours is higher than that. Maybe it's lower than that. And notice as I move this little slider, it changes the goal, but it also changes the activity I need to do each day to hit the goal. So Teamzy knows what you need to do to get to your goal in a year, right? We've worked with enough people that we know the kind of results you'll get. So let's see, I'll put it back at 150 because that's my goal. It was my goal when I started 5 years ago, 150. So that to get to 150 in 12 months, according to Teamzy, what I need to do is connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 distributors on my team every day, 5 days a week. Okay, just connect. Just connect. And I'll explain in a minute. I don't mean sending them a cheesy sales script. I mean, just connect. Okay. All right. And so you always know what to do with Teamzy. You don't have to think. You always know what to do. You just log in and do it. It tells you exactly what you need to do today. Okay. All right, let's keep going. So when I click continue, now it's configured Teamzy to my goal. So when you do that, it'll be custom to your goal. The next step is to get your contacts in. It's really simple. If you want to do bulk imports, there's a few little tutorials here. There's a complete list of tutorials on our Help Center page in Teamzy. But really what you want to do, if you already have a business started, the first thing you want to import is your team, right? You get it from your back office and import it into Teamzy. Then the second thing you want to import are your customers, okay? And then next you want to get all your prospects in. The easiest way to get a great list of prospects is to import your Facebook friends, right? That's the thing. Oh my gosh, when I could import my Facebook friends into Teamzy, that was like so amazing, because suddenly I had, at the time I had 4,000 Facebook friends. I had 4,000 prospects organized in a CRM, ready to go. Now, here's the cool thing about getting your contacts into Teamzy, guys. You'll be organized now. No more rifling through papers, trying to find notebooks and pads, sticky notes. Oh my gosh, spreadsheets you can't find, don't remember the file name. It's all in Teamzy. Teamzy's cloud-based, which means every contact you ever need is in your pocket, in your phone. Isn't that cool? When you meet somebody, you don't need to write their info on a napkin. You open up your phone, put them right in Teamzy. Now, not only is it all in one place, but as I'm going to show you in a second, Teamzy does something magical with that list that really will rock your world. Okay. So now we've set up Teamzy. You can see I've launched it. Looking at my dashboard, you can see on today's activities right across the top, these are the goals, and you can see they're already configured to my income goal. 9 prospects, 6 customers, 4 distributors. So those are my daily connects goals, okay? And my goal is to connect with people, just to make their day. I call it the make someone's day mindset. I want you guys to just write that down. Make someone's day mindset. Live there. Just make someone's day. The goal is not to sell them or recruit them. It's just to say hello and make somebody's day, just to lift them up a little bit, okay? That's where we start. And by doing that, it allows us to have conversations with people without turning them off or damaging relationships. Who's up for that? Yeah, it's great. I hate rejection. So I'm going to teach you how to do this without getting rejected, okay? Yeah, I've also got a couple other goals here. I've got a share. You can see I've got a goal to do 3 shares a day. Quite simply, a share is just sharing my business opportunity or sharing a product solution with somebody. Okay. And an ad, you see, I've got a goal to add new people. That's just adding new people to Teamzy. Okay. So every day as I meet new people or I make new friends on Facebook, I want to put them in Teamzy. See, super easy. Okay. So those are my daily activities. Now, I want you guys to understand something. If you keep your focus small like this on a daily basis, that's how you grow your business big. Okay. So if you want to grow a business big, you have to have a focus that's small. So now Teamzy tells you exactly what you need to be doing every day, and it sets it up for you so you can do it in less than an hour. So let's look at this Power Hour module. Let me scroll down a little bit so I can show you how this works. So right here where it says Power Hour, see this section right here in the center? This is teeing it up for you so you can get in and out so quickly and efficiently. So what Teamzy does is it creates 4 lists for me: prospects, customers, distributors, right? I've also got my follow-ups list here on the Power Hour. On the right-hand side is where I log that connection as I do it so that I have a history of it. So it's all recorded, right? Now, here's what's cool. Teamzy will actually tell me who to connect with. So you can see the next person on my list is Jay. It's saying connect with Jay. She's up next. That's why the list is called Who's Up Next. Pretty simple, right? So I don't have to think about, who in my 4,000 contacts do I need to talk to today? Teamzy knows it's Jay. Okay. Same thing when I get to my customer list. It knows. It knows who I need to connect with today. It's Hart. And the way it knows this is by a couple of things. One is by the number that's next to the name. You see those numbers? So we rate people on a 5-star scale. Real simple, just like you rate everything these days. 5 stars is awesome. 1 star is a lot less awesome, right? You guys get this. Okay. So 5-star people come up first. They're the top priority people. Teamzy will put them at the top of your list first. Okay. After that, 4 stars, then after that, 3 stars, then after that, 2 stars. Does it make sense? Okay. So 5-star people come up first. They also, once you log a connect with a 5-star person, they come back automatically in 30 days. So if you give somebody 5 stars, they come back every 30 days. You don't have to think, oh my gosh, did I remember to connect with them again or anything? Do I need to set up? You don't need to do anything. They're just going to come back automatically. They can never fall through the cracks. Remember, that was one of my things. Nobody can fall through the cracks. 4-star people, they'll come back every 60 days. Every 60 days, they cycle through, okay? 3-star people come back every 90 days. 2-star people come back every 120 days. So depending on the stars, they come up first and come back more often. Make sense? So 5-star people are going to be like your favorite people in the whole world. The people who trust you the most, the ones you're the most excited about getting into your business. 4-star people will be people that you have a good relationship with, right? Friends and family and really good relationships. They're going to come up every 60 days. 3-star people are going to be pretty much everybody that is an acquaintance in your life. So the 3-star people will probably be 80 to 90% of your list, which is fine. Does this make sense? Okay. So I don't want to get into that too much more, but it's important to rank your people so that Teamzy can create an intelligent list for you. Okay. So now let's just go ahead and dive right in here. Let me just look at your chats and see where you guys are from and stuff. So we've got Miami okay, so Rebecca Rojas, do me a favor because we're constantly arguing, is it Monat or Monate? So do me A, Monat, B, Monate. Put it in the chat so I know how to pronounce it right. Okay, we got Cecilia from Nebraska and Singular. Lynn from Singapore, cool, okay. That's probably the farthest tonight for sure. Carrie from Virginia Beach with Modere. Liza from Maine, Juice Plus, that's cool. I used to live in Maine and New Hampshire. Judy from Long Island, Juice Plus, cool. We got Santa Barbara. Joe from New Jersey with Beachbody. We got TJ from Atlanta. Cool, guys. We got Senegents from Massachusetts. Really cool. Pennsylvania. Okay, you guys from all over the board, which is great. So it's B, it's Monate. Thank you, Rebecca, for settling that for me forever. Okay. All right, now we know. Okay, great. So let's get into this. Power Hour. You guys ready to rock one? I'm going to show you how easy this is. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so easy. How many of you guys raise your hand if you've felt kind of intimidated about doing a Power Hour in Teamzy? So I got a couple hands going up. Okay. It's really easy. You're going to love this, you guys. You're going to love this. So the first person on my list is Jay. We're going to always work from left to right. Okay, write that down. Always work from left to right. Now, after you've been doing this a couple months, you're going to be really tempted to go right to left because your follow-ups list will be full, but always work left to right. Okay, it's really important. The first person on the list is Jay. Now, I'm going to message her. Now, this is where I used to get stuck. Oh my gosh, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? Do you guys ever freak out about that? And so I would read, like, I'd go to Jay's Facebook or Instagram and I'd read the whole thing and try to think of something to say. And I'd overthink it. Over time, I figured it out. It's really easy to connect with somebody and make their day. And so we put some scripts into Teamzy to really help you with this. So honestly, guys, Teamzy will tell you how many people to connect with. It's going to tell you who to connect with. And then it's going to suggest what you could say to that person to connect. Pretty cool, right? So right over here on the right-hand side, see where it says scripts? I'm going to click that. And what kind of script do you want? Now I'm going to use Facebook to message Jay because we're Facebook friends. So I'm going to choose Facebook. Great. And I'll just take the first one off the list because I think it's a great one. Connect number 1. Here's how it reads. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Okay, super simple. Okay. So I'm going to click on copy script. And now it's on my clipboard. I can just click anywhere to get rid of that. So I'm going to now paste that script into Teamzy so that I can edit it before I send it to her. Okay, so I've changed the name to Jay. I'm going to now add some emojis. Okay, great. So funny. I was demoing this recently and somebody from the East Coast asked, is Jay your wife? Why are you sending her the heart eyes? Like, we're from California, man. That's everything is hugs and hearts. Okay, here we go. Hi, Jay, just stopped by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. Got it just the way I want it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually copy this so that I can go send it in Facebook. So you can only send a Facebook message through Facebook Messenger. No third-party apps can do that anymore. So, but it's okay. I've got Facebook open in a separate tab on my internet browser. So easy. There it is. I just tab over to it. See? And then I just look up Jay. There she is. And just send message. This is so easy. You actually don't even have to go to Messenger. You can do it right from Facebook, which is cool. Okay, so look, I'm pasting that message in. I've already got it just the way I want it in Teamzy and hit send. So now I've sent her that little connect message, just stopping by, to say hello, how are you? Hope your day is awesome. Let's log it in Teamzy. You'd select your activity. That was a Facebook message. Do you see the big blue button that says log connect? Click it, and now it's logged. See, it says connect logged. Now look at this. I've got 1 done and 8 left. This little blue circle is starting to fill in. Now who's up next? Tracy. So go back here and just paste that same script in. Just use it again and again, you guys, until you've gone through the whole list once. And just change the name. So easy. I've got my emojis. Everything is easy. Now it's done. I'm just going to copy this again. Okay. And now I'll just go back over here. I'll look up Tracy. Are you guys with me? And so we'll send the message the same way and then come back to Teamzy and log it. Okay. So now we've got 2 done, 7 left. This little blue circle is starting to fill in. Now my goal is 9. I don't know what your goal is, but whatever your goal is, when you hit it, this circle will be all the way blue. It'll be done. It's a visual cue that, hey, you're done with prospecting today. Move over to your customer list. Okay. So, and it's totally okay to use that same script, in this case, 9 times in a row, just change the first name. Okay. Now, the power hour is sending outgoing messages. Some people will respond right away, and I don't recommend you run off and have that conversation yet. Let's get all the outgoing messages done first. It's going to be hard because sometimes you're excited they're responding. Just get all the outgoing messages done first before you get sidetracked. Then you can have those conversations, okay? So you can see 9 prospects. Once you've been doing this a while, that would be pretty easy to do in 15 minutes or less, okay? Next, customers. So when I'm done with my prospects, I just click on customers, and now I've got my customer list. I want you to approach this the exact same way. The first person up next is Hart. I'm going to go over here and open scripts, right? I'm going to message him on Facebook also. And so Teamzy now has changed the scripts because it knows Hart is a customer and not a prospect. So there's some great ones here. Like, look, you're doing so great. I'm proud of you. Congratulations on. Okay. So I noticed I had, some singular people. So congratulations on losing 10 pounds in your first month. That's amazing, right? Little congrats. I love this one. You know, hi John, how are you enjoying your hair products? How are you enjoying your tower garden? Send me an update so I can be of help. Right, just a couple off the top of my head. How are you enjoying your the workouts? I know I had somebody from Beachbody. How are you enjoying the workouts? Are you drinking your shakes? Are you drinking your water? Send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Okay? Don't overthink these things, guys, but you're just going to want to come in here and grab scripts and send them to your customers, just like you're connecting with prospects, okay? And so you come in here and you can customize these. You know, how are you enjoying your, let's see, who did I have the most people from? I think it was Juice Plus who won tonight as far as the most people who answered. Okay. All right, so let's pretend it's Juice Plus. So how are you enjoying your tower garden? Send me an update, see how I can be of help. Do you see how easy that is to do? And same thing, I saw in the chat while I was there, someone asked, did you just have another tab open for Facebook? Yes, I just have another tab open for Facebook so I can just toggle back and forth. Okay, if I was on my phone, I would do it the same way. I would just toggle back and forth. Okay, so go over there, send the message, you know, log it, and boom. Now I'm logging my customer messages, and the same thing's happening over here. This little circle's turning pink. Now, really quick, don't overthink this. And a lot of times people really plan these intricate customer follow-up systems. Like, honestly, I've been doing this a long time. I told you guys I've talked to over 100,000 people just like you. And no matter how organized people are, I haven't found a single person who is consistent on their customer follow-up system that they've devised, which means it doesn't work. You just need to keep it simple. So you put your customer list in Teamzy, rank them, and when they come up, you just message them. That's it. You just message them. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's the day before their order ships or whatever. Just if you're in regular contact with them, that's what matters. And if you put them in Teamzy and you work it every day, you'll just be in regular contact with them. Now, 3 amazing things happen when you're in regular contact with your customers. And this is really important. This is why I kind of like stopped my demo to talk to you about it for a quick second. Number 1, when you're in regular contact with your customers, you're actually providing the service that you intended to when you started your business, right? How many of you guys wish you were doing a little better with that? So this system's going to help you be in regular contact, and you're going to feel really good about the service you're providing. Number 2, when you're in regular contact with customers, statistically, they order more product and they retain longer. Okay, they order more product and they retain longer. Hello? Sign me up for that. Can I get my whole team in Teamzy so that everybody's ordering more product and retaining longer? Wouldn't that be great? We've seen team volumes go up 20, 30% in 1 month with a 30-day Teamzy challenge, right? People are on the free trial, volume's going up. Is it because, you know, these scripts are the end all be all? No, it's just because they're in regular contact with people, okay? So it's how you build trust and you build a relationship, and you're present, and you're answering questions, you're coaching people more, and you're there. They'll just order more stuff. Now, the third reason why it's so amazing when you're in regular contact with customers is this. Well, let me pose the question to you. How many of you guys would like some new customers? You know, can you think of a customer now that you love that you'd like to just, you know, clone? Yeah. Where do you go find new customers? So the best place, I'm just going to tell you, the best place to find new customers, there is no better place than this, you guys. The best place to find new customers is from a current customer, somebody who's already using your products and loving them. There's no better place. There's no better place. And what happens is your customers are using your products and they're loving them and they're telling their friends about them. This is the way people are wired. They're for sure telling their friends about them. Okay. Now, 82% of North Americans say that they would make their purchasing decisions based on the recommendation of a friend. So your customers are telling their friends about your products. Their friends are very likely to purchase based on that recommendation. That is stronger than anything, any advertising, any marketing, any sampling, anything. The friend says it's good, I'm in, right? The question I have is, are you getting introduced to those friends? Are you getting introduced to those friends? Now, this is something I believe in, and you need to be doing this. You need to be asking your customers who you love to introduce you to their friends. Okay. But if you're not in regular contact with them and you ask that, it's going to come across super cheesy. super salesy, right? But if you're in regular contact and you're having regular conversations and you're checking in on them, then it's very natural to say, let me just pick somebody here, to say, hey, Judy, I know you've been getting great results and really have been loving the program, and I'm sure you've been telling friends and family about what you're doing. Is there anybody you care about that needs more information? Before I get too busy this month, I want to make sure I take care of your best people first. Okay. So just something like that, it allows you to show that you care for them and their friends, but it also gets them to introduce. So can you think of anybody this month that you care about that needs more information? And they say, yeah. When they say, yeah, I can, you say, great. Would you introduce them to me? Would you introduce them to me? Okay. Whatever's easiest, a group chat, group text, group email, whatever's easiest for you. Just a quick intro. I'll take it from there. Guys, I just want you guys to know something. Asking for a referral is like asking for a miracle. But if you ask somebody to introduce you right now while they're thinking about it, it's magic, okay? But step one is being in touch with them, okay? Imagine if you went to an amazing restaurant and the service staff was impeccable, the food was incredible, and after the order was taken, you never saw your server again for the whole meal. Never checked in, nothing, just not there. And then at the end of the meal, they came back and were like, I hope you guys had a great time. And I really hope you'll tip me very well. And would you mind also, recommending your friends and family come and find me and sit in my station? You'd be like, what are you talking about? You weren't even here the whole meal. Does this make sense? So the first step is being in touch, regular touch. Okay, don't overthink it. Just use the Teamzy script, stay in touch. It doesn't have to be a salesy reach out, just like, hey, how are you? My favorite script that for customers, I didn't show it, but it's right in there, is there anything I can do to make your day today? Is there anything I can do to make your day today? So easy. Okay. Now, jumping back into Teamzy. So prospects, customers, when you're done reaching out to the amount of customers on your goal, mine was 6, that circle will be pink. Then you go to your team. You'll connect to people on your team. Okay. So if you've only got a couple of people on your team, you won't be doing this that often. If you have 40,000 people on your team, this might be the main thing you're doing, is connecting with your team. But my point is we want to stay in touch with our team the same way. So just reaching out and saying hi and connecting with them. Okay. If you're new, just so you guys know, if you're on this call and you're new to the business, you don't have a team, then what I want you to do is you can temporarily set that connects goal for your team to 0, and you can just put it all on prospects for now. Okay. But just keep in mind down the road, connecting with your team is crucial, because the retention rate of distributors in our business is pathetic. It's really bad. People quit all the time. And we need people to stick to it so we can help them be successful. The number one thing that makes people want to stay in the business is their relationship with the leader. The community you create on the team and that personal relationship. So sending somebody a text saying, hey, congratulations on signing your first customer. I'm so proud of you. Or, welcome to the team, whatever it is. Just reaching out and connecting one-on-one with people makes a huge difference. That's why we actually called it Teamzy. So the first half of your power hour is connecting with prospects, customers, distributors, whoever's up next based on your daily goal. Okay. So in my case, my goal was 150,000, which means that that's 19 messages I need to send. Do you guys see how I can easily do this in less than 30 minutes? So half my power hour is done, less than 30 minutes. Now the second half of my power hour is working my follow-ups list. Okay. Now there's nobody on my follow-ups list in this sample account, and nobody will be in your follow-ups list automatically. You have to set follow-ups with people. So let me kind of explain how we use this. The follow-ups list is meant for people you've shared your business opportunity with, or you've shared a product solution with. Now, there's other cases where maybe you met somebody and they said, call me tomorrow. And so you put them on your follow-ups list. That's fine. But in general, we made this for people you've shared with. Okay, so it's different. Over here on prospects, you're just saying hi to make people's day. When they respond, your goal is now to have a great conversation with them. It's not to sell them or recruit them. It's to have a great conversation, to build rapport, right? To build trust. Okay. So you're having a great conversation. You're catching up with people. Guys, this is so important and it works so incredibly well. How many of you guys, do you pull your hands down on the hands up button if they're up so that it's a clean slate? How many of you struggle with when to talk about the business? or how to talk about the business? All the hands are going up. Okay. Have you guys noticed that when you jump in and start talking about the business right away, often you get no response, right? And often you'll never get a response again, right? Because they're just like, done, no thanks. So the thing is the thing you have to understand is that you're not the first person to come to somebody and blitz them with a business or product opportunity. Most people are kind of over it by now, right? So what we want to do instead is just try to lift people up and make their day. So we're going to send them that little message. And, like, so for example, I sent Jay that message, the Make Someone's Day message. She responds like, oh my gosh, so nice to hear from you. How are you? Okay. I didn't put any expectations on the message. I just wished her well, and tried to get a smile from her. So she's like, I'm doing great. How are you? Great. No problem. So now we're having a conversation. So now I can, well, it's been forever. Tell me what you've been up to. How are you guys doing? Have you guys been on lockdown? How has that been for you? Just ask some questions, get a conversation started. Okay. My magic phrase is send me an update. Send me an update works incredible. What if, how's it been? Send me an update. And then people know what to do. So now Jay's updating me on what her family's gone through with the lockdown, what it's been like for them, right? And so now we're just having a conversation as if we were meeting in person. Does it make sense? Messaging back and forth. And so I'm going to ask her questions and be very interested in what's going on in her life. And my goal really is to catch up with her and find out what's been going on. Because what I'm looking for are opportunities to help Jay. Looking for opportunities to help Jay. Maybe with the business opportunity, maybe not. I mean, maybe she just needs, she's got a leaky roof and needs a roofer, right? There's lots of ways you can help people. However you can help them, invest in that relationship, you guys. Not only is it the right thing to do, it's going to feel amazing and it builds trust for your business. It all works. Okay. So I'm catching up with Jay. She's telling me what she's doing, and I'm going to ask her about her kids. I'm going to ask her about work, right? I'm going to ask her about different parts of her life so I can get the update. And guys, this is how you talk about your business. Okay. Taking your notes. Now it's my turn to give her an update on what I'm doing. It's totally natural now. Oh my gosh. Well, it's been my kids. I'll just tell you guys what my actual update would be like. My kids love being on lockdown. They love it. My daughter said to me yesterday, can we be on quarantine forever? She loves it. Now, mom and I, maybe not so much. There are definitely times where it's very stressful, especially when it comes to schoolwork, which they don't tend to want to ever do without a teacher being here, right? So there's all kinds of stuff going on, like just catching people up, talking about it. Work. What about work? Oh, I don't know if luckily I've been blessed. I don't have a job. I have my own company. I have my own business. It's home-based. So I've been able to keep going even through the pandemic. Oh, wow, really? What do you do? And you tell them what you do and why you're passionate about it. Okay. I work with this great company, Monate. I work with this great company, Monaire. I work with this great company. I'm sorry, Modere. I created a new one. I work with this great company, Juice Plus. I work with Beachbody. Tell them what you do and tell them why you're passionate about it. Here's what I want you guys to know. When you talk to somebody about what you do and why you're passionate about it in this context, when it's totally natural, in a reciprocal conversation, their response is almost always, wow, that's cool. Good for you. Wow, that's neat. That's awesome. Right now, especially right now, when you say, I have a home-based business that's been able to help us, even with everything that's been going on, I guarantee you're going to catch a little more interest than you would have 6 months ago. Okay. So this is the natural way to bring up your business. Okay. And I just want you guys to know, as you're talking about it and they're like, wow, that's so cool. Good for you. The easiest way now to ask them if they'd like to learn more is just to go, yeah. And let me know if you ever want to learn more about it. I'd be happy to take a couple minutes and tell you about it. Did you guys get that? If you ever want to learn a little bit more about it, just let me know. Okay. Great. And as easy as that sounds, it works incredibly well because they're not threatened. Now they're curious. They're like, nobody's ever talked to me like this about it. He's on a mission. He's passionate about it, right? I mean, why are you guys passionate about what you do? Probably every one of you has a great story about why you're passionate about what you do. So you've shared that now. So now they understand that. Are you with me? So going back to Teamzy, because I know that I'm not supposed to be doing all the deep training. I'm supposed to just show you Teamzy. So let's get in here. I can't help myself though. So I'm talking to Jay. We're having this great conversation. I'm asking her, let me know if you'd ever like to learn more. She's like, I am kind of intrigued. I would like to learn more. Perfect. Let's jump on a call or a Zoom. When can you do it? Can you do it right now? Can you do it in a little while? Great. So I'm going to get Jay on a Zoom, and I'm going to tell her, like, the reason I want you on a quick Zoom with me is so that I can just ask you a few questions just to see what your goals are and see if, if I can help you. Okay. So now I got her on a Zoom and Jay and I are talking. So how am I going to do this in Teamzy? First off, Jay's no longer on my dashboard. So I'm going to use the lookup bar at the top to find her record. Okay. That jumps me right to her contact record. Now, if I want to log a connect, I just click on connect and it opens that box just like the dashboard. You guys see that? So now I'm talking to her on a Zoom. I'm going to log it like this. It's a video chat. Great. I'm going to put my notes from our Zoom right here in Teamzy so that I have a record of it. And on the Zoom, I'm going to share with her the business opportunity. So here we go. I'm going to open this share box. See right here it says share. Click on that, take it off connect and put it on business opportunity. So now I'm logging that I shared the business with Jay. So it went from a nice conversation to now I'm logging a share. Now, as soon as I put that share on her record, it immediately opened the follow-up feature. So it turned on a follow-up. See this yellow little calendar icon? So now it's set a follow-up for 2 days. Now I can click on that and customize it to any date. I'm going to set it for tomorrow. Okay. So let me log this and show you what happened. I'm going to go back up to my dashboard, show you. First off, I've got a share logged. See that? That's how you log a share. Now when I go to my follow-ups list, you can see I've got a follow-up with Jay for tomorrow. What this did was it took her out of my prospect cycle and put her temporarily on the follow-ups list. Okay, so the follow-ups list is my funnel of hot leads, people are interested in the business or the products and who I've now shared with. Okay, so these are the people I'm following up with. So I talked to Jay, she's really excited. She needs to talk to her spouse first. No problem. I'll follow up with you tomorrow. Okay. So now she's on my follow-ups list. So tomorrow when I do my power hour, I do my prospects, my customers, my distributors. I come to see if I have any follow-ups due. I see that I have a follow-up due with Jay. So I send her a follow-up message. Sending a follow-up message is so easy. It's just like sending a regular connect. Let me show you. I'll go to scripts. Okay. And I'm going to pick one that says follow-up on it. Look, here it is, follow-up number 1. By the way, I have 10 follow-up messages in here numbered in order. Follow-up number 1. Copy that script. It reads like this. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? So easy and simple, okay? So that says Jane. We're going to change it to Jay. So easy. If you're confident, you don't have to, you can skip the step of pasting it in Teamzy and go right to Facebook with that script and edit it in Facebook. That's the way I always used to do it, but I stopped doing it that way when I sent the wrong name a few times because I was too rapid. So I make sure that it's right before I come over here. There it is, send. Okay, so now she's got that follow-up message. So watch what I do. I'm going to log it in Teamzy, but before I hit log connect, I'm going to click on follow-up and set a new follow-up. So maybe the next one's in 2 days, okay? And I can leave myself a note. The next one is follow-up number 2, okay? So I know what's going to happen when I see it on my follow-ups list, okay? So each time you send a follow-up, make sure you set a new follow-up. If I don't set a new follow-up, it'll clear her out of my follow-ups list and she'll go back to my prospect cycle. I don't want to talk to her in 30 days. I want to talk to her in 2 days. So I want to keep her on my follow-ups list. Does this make sense? Okay. So here's how your power hours work. Connect with prospects, customers, your team, then you do your follow-ups. Okay. Now, real quick on this. The follow-ups is the key. You want to move people towards this follow-up list and then follow up. I could keep going because you're going to follow up forever until they convert. Keep people on that follow-ups list forever until they convert. Some of you guys are like, I don't want to do that. Okay, take your hands down if you've got them raised. Now, how many of you, when I tell you that you need to follow up at least 7 to 10 times, how many of you freak out a little bit when you hear me say that? When you need to follow up at least 7 to 10 times with people? Good. So I got a few honest people. Here's what I want you guys to understand. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up, which means you need to be following up a lot more than you are if you want to have consistent results in your business, okay? Now, you know that my whole philosophy is not to be annoying, not to be salesy, right? So I'm going to teach you how to do this without being annoying, okay? I'm going to teach you how to do this without being annoying. So first off, sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. First off, I want to shift your thinking, because it, raise your hands, guys. Click the raise the hand button if you really believe in what you're doing and you're here to help people and you want to change lives with your business opportunity. Let me see if I'm talking to the right people. Okay, great. Just about everybody. Okay. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Another way to phrase that is 80% of the people you could help, you won't get to start helping them until after the 7th or 10th follow-up. Make sense? So it's really about the people you get a chance to help. Your decision to follow up more is how you help people. This is why my mantra is this: following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Okay? This is how we love people through the process, how we help them. And I look at it as a promise. You saw the first script was worded that way, following up like I promised I would. When I talked to you and you were excited, I told you, I will be here to support you. I will follow up with you. Talk to your husband. Great. I will follow up with you and make sure that we get you the help you said you want. So now I'm not going to give up on her. Does this make sense? Now, but there is a way to do it. Now, first off, what you're going to do functionally in Teamzy is every time a follow-up is due, you send them the next one. So if you sent them follow-up 2, next time you send them follow-up 3. They're numbered for you. Okay, there's a lot of science and practice into these follow-up scripts. Just use them. Just use them. They work like a charm. Plus, when they join your team later, you can duplicate it. Say, I use the scripts in Teamzy. Now you can use them. Okay. So you just send the next one. Just send the next one. Just send the next one. But I want you guys to understand the principles that allow you to follow up this many times and not have people be irritated with you. You can follow up this many times and people will thank you for it. They'll be excited for it. They'll actually introduce friends to you because of it. Okay, so here are the 2 principles real quick, and then we'll do questions. I see we got, we don't have any questions yet. So if you guys have questions, put them in the Q&A, not in the chat, put them in the Q&A, okay? The Q&A button. I'm gonna go to those in a second. 2 principles for following up without being annoying. Principle number 1, don't ask anything of them. Don't ask them to do anything. Okay, don't ask them to do anything. Looks like I'm blurry. Let me fix that. There we go. Don't ask them to do anything. Okay, they don't need to call you, return the call, text you, and nothing. Don't ask anything of them, okay? Because if they're in a busy moment, which they usually are, that's annoying. So don't do that. Number 2, the number 2 principle for following up without being annoying is they need to be able to read your entire message without opening it. They need to be able to read your entire message without opening it. So there's a couple of don't do's, obviously, to make that work. Don't send somebody a long message, because if they have to open it, it's annoying. They're not going to, in most cases, even open your message, because since they can't respond right now because they're busy doing something, they don't want to look like a jerk and send you the read receipt. So they're not going to open it, but they do want to see it. Oh my gosh, they want to see it so bad. We're so addicted to it. So they're going to look at it on the lock screen of their phone without opening it. So if you can keep it short, you give them the satisfaction that they've seen the whole thing. They feel good about it. Okay. The other thing is they need to be able to read it. So in this situation where you're following up on a share, no voice messages. Okay. No voice messages, no videos. That can be very annoying because it's very difficult sometimes to listen to those, and there's no way to listen to it without opening it. Okay. So that's just my opinion on that. And if you follow that, people won't be annoyed. After, what happens is most people don't respond at all. Have you guys had this happen? You get crickets. Somebody's excited and then crickets, no responses. You start getting frustrated. This is totally normal. Most people don't respond at all to like the first 6 messages. Nothing. Which is long after most people quit. Well, most people in our business quit after 3 or 4. They don't get a response. They can't believe what a jerk that person is, and they move on. But the truth is that if you kept going, probably around 7 or 8 messages in, you'll get the response like this. Thank you so much for staying in touch. I'm so sorry that I haven't responded to your messages. Now, when you get that response, you're kind of starting over, but they're still alive and they're still going. I want you guys to just understand this. As you're generating leads on that follow-ups list, 20% of them will close right away, and the other 80% will take longer. So every day in Teamzy, you're connecting with new people, and then you're following up with whoever's due. You just keep going, you keep going, you keep going. Month over month over month, consistently, people will convert. Okay? And the people who sometimes are the best builders and the best customers are the ones that took the longest. Plus, they're going to have patience as they're building their teams and realize the same thing happens for them. Make sense? Okay. Let's go ahead and jump into the questions real quick, because I know I've kept you guys a little bit longer than I wanted to. So let's see. The first question's from Judy. She says, when I upload my contacts, what categories are there for me to create the CSV? Okay. So that's a pretty advanced question, Judy. You must have used CRM before. So it's things like, first name, last name, email, phone number, all of that. If you want to see all the data fields, if you go into Teamzy, you can go to the team page to anybody's record, and you can see here are all of the data fields that we bring in. Okay. Now, if you have additional data fields that you want to bring in, Judy, that aren't listed under details, then what's the word there? I forget the word. Migrate, assign them, whatever. Just put them in notes. So you just put them over to the notes category, okay? And then you can keep all the extra data that you want on that person in notes. Okay. Lynn says, if we have a downline who is using the system, do we need to link the info in the system? Lynn, you don't need to link it, but you do have the opportunity to actually have them share with you their activities in Teamzy, so you can see on a team report, hold them accountable. That's optional. You'll have to send them an invitation. So let me just show this to you guys because I hadn't showed it to you today. But if you're on your left navigation of Teamzy, you can go to team report. Wait, am I sharing my screen? I don't think I'm sharing my screen. I'm telling you all this stuff and I'm not actually sharing it, you guys. I'm sorry. Let me try this again. Now I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so I was showing you a second ago that this is the details page where you can see all of the data fields. Okay, so going to Lynn, now I'm going to show her on the left navigation team report. The team report is where you can have your team members. You can invite a team member by clicking on this, and you put their email and send them an invite. And if they accept it, they'll automatically share this data with you in your account, how many connects, follow-ups, and shares they're doing on a daily basis. Okay, so you'll see them come up here. You can also invite your whole team with one click, and that'll send an email to every email address you have listed as team members in Teamzy. Pretty cool, right? So the team report is something you can do, you don't have to do. And for them to see your information, Lynn, your downline would have to send you an invite and you'd have to accept it. Okay, so they can't get to your data without your permission. One other thing while we're here, I want to show you, which is pretty cool. If you guys are loving Teamzy, you can go to this send free trials button right here on the left nav, and you can click on this and you can send, you can click on this purple button and it will invite everyone that you have in Teamzy that's listed as a distributor on your team. It'll invite them to a free trial of Teamzy. It just blast emails them one time. Okay, it's kind of cool. So you can bulk invite. You can send everybody the link to Teamzy at the same time and say, check this out. I'm using this. It's pretty cool. Okay. Let's see. Next question. Kimberly says, is it possible in Teamzy to create our own scripts and templates to add to the ones you offer? Absolutely, Kimberly, and I encourage you to do that. When you go into scripts, you'll see this big button that says plus new script. Okay, so you can create your own scripts. Now, this is one of the things I love best about Teamzy. So for example, in my business, just to clarify, by the way, guys, I don't have a network marketing business since I just do Teamzy now since Teamzy's blown up. So don't worry about me. Don't worry about any sort of conflict that way. But when I was doing my business, Kimberly, I created all these emails that I saved in Teamzy as scripts. And the emails were specific to each program that I offered, right? So when I was talking to somebody on a Zoom and they were telling me what their goals were, and I asked all these questions, I'd say, I think the best bet for you would be this particular program. They'd be like, great. So I go, perfect. I'm going to send you over an email in a second that has the links to purchase that program. And it has additional information from corporate and everything in the email about that program so you can learn more about it. Okay, so keep an eye out for that and I'll follow up with you tomorrow. Perfect. And so then I would go in and I would click on scripts and I had those emails with all my links, everything saved and I'm ready to go as scripts. And I could just, boom, fire it right off. They were so amazed that I could fire that off in 1 minute. So you can use scripts lots of different ways. You can also reword my scripts and resave them as your own so that you don't have to do it every time, that kind of thing. Okay. Eileen says, how do you add a tag to someone? Okay, great question. So it's really easy. So on the dashboard, Eileen, if you want to add a tag, you just go to details. Okay. And see right here where it says that little tag thing is, so you can add a tag there. So we just had Memorial Day, which makes me think of like, maybe I'll tag somebody as veterans. Okay, so Great. Or if you want to tag somebody based on the product they're using, right? Okay, so you can add a tag on the dashboard right there under details. If you're on somebody's full contact record on the team page, then the tags are listed right under their name. See right there? So you'd add the tags there. Okay. Now, once you've created tags, you'll find them on the team page on the left-hand side. See the tags right here? So all of your tags are there. You can create a new tag there and add it to people. But what tags do is it creates a list. So if I clicked on, veterans, these are all my tags. If I clicked on veterans, I would get a list of everyone in Teamzy who's got that tag. It's pretty cool. Okay. Lynn says, how much is the system after the trial period? Great question. So it's free for 30 days. After the trial period, it's $29.99 per month. So it's less than $1 a day. Okay, and that's US dollars. Lynn, I think you said you were in Singapore. It's US dollars. We only transact in US dollars because we're a US company. However, we use Stripe to do so. For most regions of the world, Stripe will automatically convert the currency for you. So you will see a slight fluctuation in your monthly fee based on the currency float, but it'll just be whatever the current conversion is. Okay, for those of you guys who are in foreign countries. So it's $29.99 after a month, which is less than $1 a day. Pretty cool. It's even less if you do in a year. If you do 12 months at a time instead of 1 month at a time, then you end up saving like $60. Okay. Joe says, with follow-ups, in your experience, would you recommend every few days, weekly, bi-weekly, set a day to follow up with them? That's a great question, Joe. Okay, so in my experience, this is what I did. So if I had a conversation with you, Joe, and I felt like you were very excited about what we're talking about, I would follow up with you a couple days in a row, okay? Because I know that you're excited, and the only reason you didn't jump on it is because you got busy, right? So I would follow up with you a couple days in a row. Then after that, if I got no response, I would start to back it off. So each time I followed up, there'd be a little more time in between, right? So then maybe it's 2 days, then 3 days, then 4 days, maybe a week, then maybe it's weekly, then maybe it's bi-weekly, then maybe it's monthly. Does it make sense? So the longer you take to convert, the more time I've had between follow-ups. And it's just a gut thing. I don't have a specific program that I followed, but that's typically kind of how I did it. Does that make sense? Great. You don't want to be following up on people constantly because it will get annoying, but in the very beginning, you can follow up a couple times in a row. The other thing that's going to happen is if you don't space out your follow-ups, you're going to have too many to do on a daily basis, right? So you want them to do at different times. Okay. Lynn says, is there a limit to the number of contacts and lists? There's not a limit to how many you import to Teamzy. Teamzy doesn't care. You can put, we actually have an account with 150,000 people in it. That's our sales team, our customer service team account. But realistically, if you're working as one person in your business, the maximum amount of people that you could really stay in touch with if you're, on top of Teamzy 5 days a week would be 4,000 to 5,000. Okay. So if you've got 20,000 people in, you're going to want to cull that list down to I'd say about 4,000 would be a good number. Now, to go above that, we've got people that have assistants that work in their business and help them. And that's how you can grow that number bigger. But 4,000 is more than enough to grow a massive business. Okay. So here, like, for example, I don't know, Lynn, I don't know your experience. A good friend of mine has 48,000 people on his team. All we brought in was his first level people. We didn't bring the whole team in, right? We wanted to make sure that it was something manageable. Okay, Rebecca says, how do you convert a contact to a customer or distributor? Great question. Okay. So let's say Jay signs up. So I'm going to go to her record so we can do this. First thing I'm going to do is actually log a sale so that I know I got something. So we'll say distributor kit. Great. Boom. I'm going to add the tags for whatever product she got so that I have that tagged. And then right here underneath, you can see where it says member type, prospect, customer, distributor. So she was a prospect. Now she's going to be a distributor. All you do is click it and it's changed. Okay. She's been converted, and you can put personally sponsored if you like. And now, boom, she's done. Now, let me just show you how to do it a couple other ways. Let's go back to the dashboard. If I'm on the dashboard and I see Nettie comes up under prospects and I go, that's not right. Nettie's a distributor. So all I would do here is go to details. Okay. And I can change the member type here, and that'll just move her over. Okay. She's off the list. Now she'll be over on the distributor list. There's one other way. Let me just show you one other way. So let me go, if I'm on the team page on someone's record, Oh, wait. We showed you how to do it here, but you also can do it in bulk. So if you're on your team page and you want to like clean up your whole list, you can go right here and click on type mode, and that toggles it for every single person on the list. So if you have cleanup to do, you can go down your list and clean it up. All right, I think I answered that every possible way. All right, TJ says, does my downline need to have a Teamzy account? I think they do. I think they do. It's going to make them way more efficient and effective in their business, and have a daily plan and understand the type of activity they need to be doing on a daily basis to really make things happen. So there's my answer. Judy says, where do I find the data fields? So what I was saying, Judy, is if you just go to the team page and look at any record, any person's record, right here under details, you'll see all those data fields. Okay. Okay. Can you show us how to make a prospect a customer team member? Okay, we just did that. Cool. Oh, it's great when you guys are asking the same questions. I'm sorry if I missed it, but did you just show that Teamzy had the ability to send bulk emails or messages? No, it does not. Joe, it doesn't send bulk emails or messages, but it is able to send an invite to everyone on your team one time. Okay. So can we also save links and scripts? Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. You can put all your links in your scripts. You got to. That's cool, right? Does it matter if many of the Facebook friends, I do not know them personally? Should I mark them as a 3 or a 1? So Lynn, I would say 3. I would say 3 because you know them a little because they see you on Facebook, right? So when they come in, when you bring Facebook in, they're going to automatically be set to 3 by Teamzy. So most of them you won't have to change. They'll just be 3s. Okay. Last question on here is from Kelly. What are the dailies? Let me go back to the dashboard. So the dailies, I didn't talk about those, but these are the things that you've got to be doing to be successful. So there's 4 things on your thing that are there that we know you need to be doing. You need to be active on social media. So did you post on social today? Check it off. Did you do some personal development work today? Look, successful people do this on a daily basis. So we want to get you in the habit. Yes, I did some. Great. Did you use your products today? Great. Did you get some exercise today? Yes. So these are the dailies. Now you can add your own dailies by clicking edit. I added devotional. Did I have devotional time today? Yes. So you can add additional dailies if you want. The idea here is that if you don't check these, we want it to be a little bit annoying so that we can encourage you to be doing these things, because just connecting and reaching out to people isn't going to do it. You got to do these things too. There's tons of studies on it. Okay. Does Teamzy have the ability to track sales volume? So Teamzy isn't connected to your back office. However, so no, it doesn't track sales volume, but what we do track, you can track your commissions that are earned, right? And so you can come in here and bulk import your commissions based on date ranges. So when you get your reports from your back office, you can put these numbers in so you can track income to activity, which is kind of a cool thing to track. Okay. Cool. Wow, those were some great questions. And I really hope that this webinar was helpful to you guys. Thank you so much for checking Teamzy out. We really hope that you will join us and be part of our community, part of our family here at Teamzy. If you haven't already set up your subscription, you can subscribe anytime right under your name. You click on subscribe now and you can set your subscription up, okay? So that when your 30 days ends, you don't miss a beat, you can keep going, okay? So also let your teammates know about Teamzy. Get them in here using it. The more the merrier, the more people we can impact. I'm on a mission to help as many people as I can. I'm sure that you are too. So we appreciate your support. Thank you for spending some time with me tonight. God bless you. I'll talk to you soon.